It's difficult to put a price on religious belief. For the most devout, religion guides how they earn, spend, and invest their money. It often leads to financial decisions and stresses far different from those who don't share their beliefs. Our Deb Farrick followed three families of three different faiths, struggling with the financial challenges of staying true to their religion.
It's Sunday at the New England Chapel, and for these churchgoers, God is in the air. For Jody and Ken Kuman, Christianity is at the heart of everything they do.
Hey, good morning. How I live and work and what I eat, how I treat everything is filled with my faith in God.
The Kumans have always lived simply.
They're looking all right.
At times working 2 or 3 jobs, shopping at thrift stores.
This is the only piece of furniture we ever bought. Like, everything else is like used or gotten off the road and refurbished. So it's like you just learn to live creatively. All right, is everyone sitting?
The Kumans never worried about cutting expenses. Their focus always on faith rather than finances.
There was something in me that said, your income is going to be fine. You'll be taken care of. Work with whatever income you have.
Jody works at the church planning Sunday services. Kent teaches Bible at a Christian school. Concerned with the financial reality of raising kids, Kent recently took a job as a lab technician, boosting the family income to $117,000.
Are you rich?
I wouldn't look at our finances and our numbers on a balance sheet and say we're rich. I mean, we have 3 wonderful children. We have a great marriage relationship. That's how we measure our wealth.
Every month, they say they automatically contribute 10% of their earnings to the church.
It becomes like a cable bill where you're used to living without that money. It's out the door.
Do you sometimes feel that you are making sacrifices? Like, for example, if you didn't tithe one particular month, maybe that would put a couple of extra dollars in your pocket?
Yes, I feel like sometimes it's a sacrifice, and that's where my faith comes in and says, you know what, let's look at this again, or other people will help me sort of refocus. But I think that's such a natural tendency.
Still, the family's larger income raises new issues.
I really feel sometimes that this is too much. When we had no money, you just didn't have anything, so you didn't do anything, you didn't have the choices.
This is going to be a great room.
Choices like whether to finish the family room quickly rather than bit by bit, or buy a flat-screen TV.
It's kind of extravagant.
Well,
yes, it is.
It used to be a lot more extravagant than before. They've gone down in price.
That is still a discussion.
Amen.
Although it's a Tuesday, the Levy's home feels like it does on the Jewish Sabbath.
I didn't put any soda.
The cramped Brooklyn, New York apartment is filled with the rich aroma of chicken, fresh bread, pie.
Every Friday night is a holiday by us. Everything's family-focused, family. So you're bringing life into the world. He always says, I'm not working for me, I'm working for my family. And I think it's a beautiful mindset, because the struggling is also you're struggling for your family.
You love Daddy?
Lately, the struggling has been hard on this Orthodox family. Norman, who prays every morning, works at a high-end jewelry store.
The problem is then it's
His salary up and down based on sales.
We live above our means.
The biggest expense we have is the rent, health insurance, and school.
Stand up, stand up.
They have cut back on most everything, buying less meat and less clothing for their 4 children.
They like to just get by every day. Not probably the best plan, but not really much more you can cut. We don't own a car. We're renting a home.
And religious expenses can cost a lot. It's forbidden to drive on the Sabbath, so the Levys pay nearly $3,000 a month rent to be in walking distance of their synagogue. Private school runs up to $17,000 per child.
Come close.
And kosher food prepared under strict Jewish law is expensive.
I mostly pay by check. And to be honest with you, I write it and I hope he's going to be able to put the money in the bank.
Money's tight, but this self-described middle-class family says
Daddy!
their lives are rich.
I'm the luckiest person in the world. I have it all.
Every morning before sunrise, Salima Suswell and her 12-year-old daughter, Layla, wake for morning prayers.
It's pretty much my foundation for everything. I mean, we like to say that Islam is more of a way of life than a religion.
Suswell is a devout Muslim, her parents having converted from Christianity in the mid-60s.
We did submit all of them.
She married young, divorced, and now works as a paralegal.
This is what is a part of the script that God has written for me, and right now, I think we do just fine. Allahu Akbar.
Their 3-bedroom apartment is modestly furnished, a small prayer room uncluttered by possessions. Until last year, Layla attended a $5,000 a year Islamic school, a stretch, says Suswell, who now sends Layla to public school.
He called the people to Islam,
teaching her Islam at home.
This is halal chicken.
As part of the Islamic dietary code, she buys expensive, specially prepared meat.
We submitted the check today.
Suswell pays her bills on time, avoids credit cards, which Islam discourages, and is struggling to save for Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca, which she expects to cost about $8,000.
It's something that I have chosen to do to further in my faith.
Her faith also enriched by zakat, Muslim charity, equal to 2.5% her annual income.
When I'm at my lowest, it sort of persuades me to give even more because I feel it's sort of like a pay it forward thing. If I take care of others, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of me. Bismillah wa ala barakah.
She and Layla try to take a vacation once a year, and if they were to hit the jackpot,
I wouldn't play the lottery because it's gambling, so that's against my religion. The first thing I would do is donate to the Islamic community. And I would probably put money towards Layla's college fund. And we'd probably go to Paris.
While these families may or may not have greater money worries than many people suffering through the recession, they said that the difference is that what they may lack financially, they make up spiritually. So at the end of the day, they're always ahead. There's always that emotional, spiritual payout.
And just think of it, these 3 families are, you know, there are millions more just like them with great and small variations on their daily plan or their situation. But lots of American families are working through these struggles right now.
All about the choices.
That's right. All right, Deb Farrick. Thank you, Deb. He's the pastor of the largest congregation in the country, 43,000 in Houston, and millions more around the world. My conversation with Joel Osteen is coming up. But next, Deepak Chopra on why greed is taking the place of true faith.